I always thought family meant having each other's backs. That was before I watched my brother pose next to a cherry red Porsche on Instagram, purchased with the money from my sold apartment, money that was supposed to fund his elite education abroad. My name is Yesenia, and I'm still trying to process how I went from being a responsible 32-year-old marketing executive with her own place to living in a cramped rental, all because I believed in my family's golden promise. Yesenia, mi amor, this is the opportunity of a lifetime. My mother's voice had quivered with excitement 3 months ago as she waved the acceptance letter. Your brother got into the International Business Academy in Switzerland. I remember standing in my kitchen, my beautiful newly renovated kitchen, watching my parents and Dominic celebrate. The marble countertops I'd saved 2 years for suddenly felt cold under my palms. The tuition is substantial, my father had said, sliding the numbers across my counter. But think of what this means for our family. Your brother could become someone important. I took a sip of water, trying to mask my reaction to the figure. That's more than my apartment is worth. Exactly. My mother clasped my hands. You're the only one who owns property. You're the responsible one, the strong one. This is your chance to help elevate the whole family. Dominic, my 27-year-old brother, had given me those puppy dog eyes he'd perfected since childhood. Sis, I promise I'll make you proud. I'll pay you back double once I'm established. I don't know, I'd started, but my mother cut in. What else are you saving it for? You're not married, no children. Your brother needs this more than you need extra space. The guilt trips continued for weeks. Daily calls, surprise visits, tearful pleas about family legacy and obligation. My father even brought up how I'd abandoned them by moving out 3 years ago. Fine, I finally said one evening. I'll sell the apartment. The speed at which they connected me with Vada, their preferred real estate agent, should have been my first red flag. The way they rushed through the paperwork, the second. But I was too busy trying to be the good daughter, the supportive sister. The day I handed over the check, my mother actually cried. You're an angel, she whispered, hugging me tight. God will reward your sacrifice. I moved into a small rental, consoling myself with thoughts of Dominic studying in Switzerland, making connections, building our family's future. For 2 weeks I heard nothing. No updates about the school, no photos of the campus, no stories about his classes. Then came the Instagram post, living my best life, my blessed Hutch new car, Jar family first. There he was, my brother leaning against a brand new Porsche 911, our parents beaming beside him, champagne glasses raised high. The dealership logo was clearly visible. Troy's Luxury Motors, right here in town. Not Switzerland. Not even close. My hands shook as I scrolled through his feed. Party after party, designer clothes, nightclubs, zero textbooks, zero campus shots, zero evidence of any international academy. I called my mother immediately. Where's Dominic? Oh, honey, he's so busy with his studies. Stop lying. My voice came out steadier than I felt. I saw the car, Mom. I saw the photos. A long pause. Then, well, you gave us the money. What we do with it is our business. I gave it for his education. Don't be bitter just because your life is going nowhere, she snapped. We needed to invest in someone with real potential. Your brother knows how to make things happen. The line went dead. I sat there staring at my phone as reality crashed down around me. They'd played me. My own family had conspired to steal everything I'd worked for, everything I'd built. I opened Instagram again, looking at their champagne-soaked smiles. My mother's words echoed in my head. God will reward your sacrifice. Maybe. But first I was going to make sure karma did its job. I grabbed my laptop and started typing International Business Academy, Switzerland. The first result was a warning page about educational scams. My screen blurred as tears of rage filled my eyes, but I kept reading. If they thought they could get away with this because I was the responsible one, they were about to learn exactly what that meant. My phone buzzed. A text from Vada, the real estate agent. Hey, I found something weird in my files from your sale. An audio recording. You need to hear this. I took a deep breath and texted back, "Send it." The responsible one was about to become the dangerous one. The audio file from Vada wouldn't play on my phone, but that didn't matter. I was already deep into my brother's social media rabbit hole. Each scroll revealed another punch to the gut. Living that luxury life, new watch to match the new ride. Blessed. VIP table at Crystal, only the best for this future CEO. Family dinner at La Maison. When you know your worth, you live accordingly. I clicked on a video. Dominic's voice blared through my speakers. For all you haters wondering how I afford this lifestyle, it's called smart investments and family backing. Some of us are just built different. The timestamp was 2 days after I'd handed over my check. My phone rang. It was Vada. Hey, I can't open the file, I said. I'll come over. Trust me, you need to hear this in person anyway. 20 minutes later, Vada sat on my rental's worn couch, her sleek realtor appearance at odds with my temporary furniture. Before I play this, she said, you should know I'm breaking about 12 professional codes. But what they did, she shook her head. Just listen. The recording started with rustling papers, clearly from the day we'd signed the sale documents. I heard footsteps moving away, then my mother's voice crystal clear. Finally, I thought she'd never leave. My father's laugh. Our responsible daughter, always reading every line. Good thing she didn't read between them. Did you see Dominic's face when we told him about the car? My mother's voice dripped with pride. He knows exactly how to present success, not like Yesenia, hiding in her little apartment playing it safe. The Academy story was genius, my father added. She's so desperate to believe we're proud of her, she didn't even verify it existed. Well, we had to milk her for everything while we could, before she got married or something and stopped being so available. I stopped the recording. There's more, Vada said quietly, but I need to make a call. My fingers were already dialing the number I'd found online. International Business Academy, how may I direct your call? A heavily accented voice answered. Hi, I'm calling about my brother's enrollment. Dominic. I'm sorry, but this number is for the movie studio rental only. We are not academic institution. My laugh came out hollow. Movie studio? Yes, we rent spaces for film productions. Perhaps you want the business school in Lausanne? No, I said. This is exactly what I needed to know. After hanging up, I turned to Vada. Why are you showing me this? She twisted her wedding ring. Because 6 months ago, your brother convinced my sister to invest in his startup. $30,000 gone. When I saw your parents plotting on the recording, it all clicked. My phone buzzed again. Another Instagram notification. Dominic at a rooftop bar, caption reading, Success is a choice. Choose wisely. Entrepreneur life. I need a copy of that recording, I said. Already sent it to your email. Just be careful. Your brother has a lot of connections now. I smiled. So do I. That evening I drove to Troy's Luxury Motors. The dealership was closing, but I caught Troy walking to his car. We're closed, he called out. I'm Dominic's sister, I said, the one who helped finance his Porsche. Troy's expression shifted. Funny. He said it was inheritance money, even showed us trust fund paperwork. Did he? I pulled out my phone, showing him the bank transfer from my apartment sale. Because I have proof it was from selling my home for his fake education. Troy's face darkened. That's fraud. We take that seriously here. I thought you might. I have an audio recording you should hear. Back in my rental, I stared at my laptop screen. The email draft to Alea Russell, the investigative journalist known for exposing scams, was ready to send. Attached were the audio file, bank statements, and screenshots of Dominic's social media trail. My phone rang. My mother. Dominic said you were asking questions at the dealership. She snapped. Stop being jealous. It's not attractive. Did you ever even look up the academy, Mom? We trusted your brother's research. No, you trusted my money. There is no academy. It's a movie studio rental space. Silence then. What's done is done. The money's spent. Move on. You're right, I said. What's done is done. I hit send on the email to Alea. My phone pinged with a new Instagram notification. Dominic posing with his Porsche again. Haters gonna hate, but success leaves clues. Follow the signs. Blessed, unstoppable. Oh, brother, I whispered, you have no idea what kind of signs you're about to follow. Alea's response came within hours. This is bigger than family drama. Can we meet? We arranged to meet at a quiet cafe across town. I arrived early, nursing an Americano while replaying Vada's recording for the 100th time. Each listen made my blood boil hotter. Alea slid into the seat across from me, laptop already open. So I did some digging, she said without preamble. Your brother's academy scam? He's not the first to use it. She turned her screen toward me. Look familiar? The web page showed a luxury car dealership photo. Different city, different dealer, but the same pose. A young man leaning against a sports car, champagne in hand. The article headline read, Family Funds Vanish in International Academy Scheme. There's more, Alea said, scrolling. 3 cases in the last year. Same pattern. Someone convinces family to liquidate assets for an elite foreign education, then blows it on luxury purchases. They usually target siblings or elderly parents. How did you find all this so fast? Because I've been tracking these cases, but yours is different. She leaned forward. You have actual audio evidence of premeditation. That changes everything. My phone buzzed. Troy from the dealership. Miss Yesenia, we reviewed the financing documents, the trust fund paperwork your brother provided. It's forged. We're contacting our legal team. Send me copies of everything, I said, then turned to Alea. You're going to want to hear this. After I hung up, Alea was already typing. This is perfect. We can prove intent to defraud, but we need more. Do you have any tech-savvy friends? I thought of Isaiah, my quiet friend from the marketing department, who'd helped me trace a cyberstalker last year. Actually, yes. That evening, Isaiah sat in my rental, his fingers flying over his keyboard. Their digital trail is sloppy, he said. Your brother's been posting his location data everywhere. Not once has he been near Switzerland. Can you prove when and where the trust fund documents were created? He nodded. The metadata shows they were made on your brother's laptop 2 days after you sold your apartment. Amateur hour. My phone lit up with a text from my mother. We know what you're doing. Stop now, or we'll tell everyone how you abandoned the family, how you're trying to ruin your brother out of jealousy. I showed Alea the message. She smiled. Perfect. Keep them talking. We need more evidence of the cover-up. I called my mother back, putting her on speaker. How dare you talk to the dealership, she hissed. Do you know how embarrassing this is? More embarrassing than stealing my apartment money? We didn't steal anything. You agreed to pay for an education that doesn't exist? Your brother is networking, building connections. That's better than any school. With my money, Mom. Money you got through fraud. It's not fraud if you gave it willingly, my father's voice cut in. We just helped you make a better investment than that stupid apartment. Alea was recording everything, nodding encouragingly. So you admit there was never any academy? Of course there wasn't, my father snapped. Your brother doesn't need school. He needs the right image, the right connections, something you never understood. And the forged trust fund documents? Silence. Then my mother, quietly, who told you about those? The dealership is pressing charges, I said. They don't like being defrauded. You wouldn't dare let this get out, my father growled. Think about our reputation. You should have thought about that before stealing my home. I hung up. Alea was already drafting her article. Isaiah had traced the trust fund document to its source. My phone pinged, another Instagram notification. But this time it wasn't Dominic. It was Troy's Luxury Motors. Due to recent revelations of fraudulent financing, we are conducting a full investigation into recent sales. Legal action pending. Then came the text from Vada. My sister's talking to the police about your brother's fake startup. She's not the only victim. Alea looked up from her laptop. This story goes live tomorrow. Are you ready for what comes next? I thought about my beautiful apartment now gone, about the years of manipulation, about that recording of my parents laughing at my naivety. More than ready. My phone buzzed one final time. Dominic, what the hell are you doing? Delete those posts or I swear you'll regret it. I showed Alea the message. She grinned. Want to know the best part? He just gave us our headline, Brother Threatens Sister After Fraud Exposure. For the first time since this started, I felt myself smile. Post it. Alea's article exploded overnight. By morning, my phone was flooded with messages from other victims. Each story followed the same pattern. Dominic promising exclusive investment opportunities, fake educational ventures, forged documents. Look at this, Isaiah said, showing me his laptop screen. We were camped out in his home office following the digital breadcrumbs. Your brother created at least 3 shell companies in the last year, all with similar names to legitimate businesses. International Business Academy, LLC, I read. Global Elite Education Partners, Premium Investment Holdings. All registered to virtual offices, Isaiah added. But he slipped up, used the same IP address to create all the websites. My phone rang. Alea. Turn on channel 7, she said without greeting. Your brother's doing damage control. I flipped on Isaiah's TV. There was Dominic dressed in an expensive suit, standing outside his luxury apartment building. These allegations are completely false, he was saying, flashing his practiced smile. My sister is unfortunately dealing with some personal issues. She's always been jealous of my success. Is it true you forged trust fund documents? A reporter called out. And what about the fake academy? Dominic's smile faltered. No comment on ongoing legal matters, but I want to address my supporters directly. He pulled out his phone and started a live Instagram stream. I quickly opened the app to watch. Hey fam, don't believe the haters. Success breeds jealousy, and some people can't handle seeing others rise. Special message to my sister, not too late to back down. Family should stick together, right? The comments section exploded. Didn't you steal her apartment money? Scammer! What about all the fake investment victims? Dominic's face darkened. I see my sister's got her little trolls working overtime. Let me show you what real success looks like. He panned the camera to his Porsche. See this? This is what winners drive. This is what happens when you... The stream suddenly cut off. My phone buzzed. A text from Troy. Police just seized the car. Payment fraud confirmed. Isaiah whistled. Your brother's not going to like that? He's going to like this even less, I said, showing him my screen. Vada had sent another message. Police want to talk to you. They're building a case, multiple victims coming forward. Isaiah turned back to his computer. Want to see something interesting? I found his financial records. The money from your apartment, it wasn't just the car. Look where else it went. The spreadsheet showed a trail of transfers, designer clothes, VIP club memberships, rental payments for his luxury apartment, and something else. What's his payment to Media Boost Services? I asked. Isaiah typed rapidly. Fake followers. Your brother bought his entire social media presence. Those thousands of adoring fans? Bots. The supportive comments, paid engagement. My phone rang again. Unknown number. Is this Yesenia? A man's voice asked. This is Detective Rivera. We need to talk about your brother's financial activities. I'll tell you everything, I said. But first, you should know about some audio recordings. As I spoke with the detective, Dominic went live again, this time from inside his apartment. You think you can take me down? He was shouting now, his carefully crafted image cracking. I built this. While you were playing it safe in your pathetic little apartment, I was building an empire. Comments flooded in. Bill it with stolen money. Where's the car, bro? Scammer getting caught live. Your brother's having a meltdown, Isaiah noted watching the stream. And saved. This'll be great evidence. My parents started calling. I declined each attempt. They're probably warning you that the police are asking questions, Isaiah said. Too late for warnings, I replied, forwarding Detective Rivera another batch of documents. My phone pinged with a final Instagram notification. Dominic looking disheveled. To all my real supporters, don't believe the lies. My sister's trying to destroy everything I've built, but watch this space. Tomorrow I'm dropping receipts. The real story about my perfect sister. Hope you're ready for the truth, sis. Isaiah looked at me. Are you worried? I showed him my screen, an email from Alea. Part 2 of the expose ready to go. Complete paper trail of every fraud, every victim, every fake document. Plus that audio of your parents plotting, running tomorrow morning. Let him drop whatever he wants, I said. The truth's already out there. Speaking of truth, Isaiah said, you might want to see this. He turned his screen toward me. I found where your brother's been getting his fake documents. I leaned forward, reading the emails he'd uncovered. My eyes widened. Oh, I whispered, this is so much bigger than we thought. The emails Isaiah found revealed a network of fraud that stretched far beyond my brother. Dominic wasn't just a scammer. He was part of a sophisticated ring targeting families with assets. The fake academy was their favorite cover story. Look at these names, Isaiah said, scrolling through the document. At least 20 other students used the same forged acceptance letters, same Swiss address, same letterhead. My phone buzzed. Alea calling. Are you seeing this? She asked. Your brother's trying to go live again, but Instagram suspended his account. I switched to Twitter. Dominic had moved platforms. Emergency stream, the truth about my sister. Going live in 5. Don't worry, Isaiah said, typing furiously. I've got his whole fake document trail ready to drop the moment he starts lying. The notification popped up. Dominic is live. My brother appeared on screen looking nothing like his polished social media persona. His designer shirt was wrinkled, his eyes wild. My dear sister thinks she can destroy me, he snarled. Let me tell you about perfect, responsible Yesenia. The stream suddenly split-screened as Alea joined, her journalist credentials displayed prominently. Actually, Dominic, let's talk about these emails I just received, the ones showing you're part of a larger fraud network. His face went pale. This is a private stream. It's a public platform, Alea countered, just like the public record showing you've scammed at least 20 other families. Want to comment on that? The viewer count skyrocketed. Comments poured in. Get him! Show the receipts. Is this the same scam that hit my cousin? This is harassment, Dominic stuttered. My lawyers will. Your lawyers might be busy, Alea cut in. The FBI just confirmed they're investigating the document forgery ring you're connected to. Care to explain why you've been selling fake acceptance letters? The stream's chat exploded. Dominic's face contorted. You think you're so smart? He spat. You have no idea what's coming. Mom and Dad. A new voice joined the stream. Detective Rivera. Actually, Mr. Dominic, we'd love to hear about your parents' involvement. Our fraud division is very interested in that audio recording. Dominic's eyes went wide. He ended the stream abruptly. My phone immediately rang. My mother. What have you done? She shrieked. The police just called us. They're saying something about conspiracy charges. Funny how karma works, isn't it, Mom? We're your parents. You can't. Parents don't steal their daughter's home, I said calmly. Check Twitter. Your precious son just imploded live online. I hung up as Isaiah showed me his screen. The clips of Dominic's meltdown were already going viral. Breaking news. Local influencer exposed as part of international fraud ring. Trust fund scammer has live meltdown. When confronted by journalists, FBI investigating family-targeted investment scams. My phone buzzed with a text from Troy. Police just raided your brother's apartment, found all the forged documents. Thank you for helping us catch this. Then Vada. My sister's case is being added to the federal investigation. You did it, Yesenia. Alea called again. You need to see this. Someone streaming outside your brother's building. I opened the link. A crowd had gathered, phones raised, recording as police led Dominic out in handcuffs. His expensive suit was rumpled, his carefully styled hair a mess. This is all lies, he was shouting. My sister set me up. I'm the victim here. The officers guided him into the patrol car as comments flooded the stream. Scammer down. Justice for his sister. Anyone else scammed by this guy? Police hotline in bio. Turn on the news, Isaiah said. The local station was already running the story. Local man arrested in connection with international fraud scheme. Sources say the investigation began when the suspect's sister uncovered evidence of widespread financial fraud. My phone lit up with a message from Detective Rivera. We're bringing your parents in for questioning. The audio recording proves conspiracy. Want to press charges? Before I could respond, a new notification appeared, an email from my old apartment building. The new owners were being investigated for buying property with fraudulent funds. The sale might be reversed. Looks like you might get your home back, Isaiah said. I stared at my phone as messages poured in from other victims, thanking me for exposing the scam. Each one confirmed what I'd suspected. My brother's success was built on destroying others. What now? Isaiah asked. I watched another clip of Dominic being led away, still shouting about family loyalty. Now, I said, we follow the money, all of it. The police station's interview room was colder than I expected. Detective Rivera sat across from me, spreading documents across the table. Your parents are in the next room, he said. They're not cooperating. Think the audio recording might change their minds? I nodded. Play it. Through the observation window, I watched my parents' faces as their own voices filled the room, laughing about stealing my apartment money. My mother's smug smile crumbled. My father's shoulders slumped. Turn it off, my mother called out. We'll talk. Detective Rivera smiled. Funny how evidence works. My phone buzzed. Alea sending updates. The story had gone national. More victims were coming forward by the hour. The fraud ring had targeted families across 3 states. Your brother's talking too, Rivera said, trying to cut a deal. Claims your parents masterminded everything. A knock at the door. Another detective entered with a laptop. You need to see this. The financial records just came in. The spreadsheet showed years of transactions, not just my apartment money, dozens of victims, millions of dollars. They were running this scam long before they targeted you, Rivera explained. The Academy story was just their latest cover. My phone lit up. A text from Vada. Turn on the news now. I pulled up the live stream on my phone. There was my father, somehow out of interrogation, holding an impromptu press conference outside the station. My daughter is trying to destroy this family, he declared. She's always been jealous of her brother's success. These allegations are... The reporter cut him off. Sir, we have audio of you admitting to the fraud. Would you like to hear it? My father's face reddened. That recording was doctored. My daughter. We also have bank records, another reporter called out, showing you and your wife orchestrated similar scams against 12 other families. Comments? No comment. My mother appeared, trying to pull him away. Our lawyer has dropped your case, a voice called out. The camera panned to show their attorney walking away. I don't represent fraudsters. My phone buzzed again. Isaias, check your email. Found something big. The email contained a single document, a trust agreement dated 15 years ago. My grandfather had left everything to me, not my brother. My parents had hidden it, redirected the funds, forged my signature. Detective, I said, showing him the document. We need to add this to the investigation. Rivera whistled. That's inheritance fraud, federal offense. Outside, the press conference had devolved into chaos. My father was shouting about family loyalty while my mother tried to shield her face from cameras. Your brother wants to talk to you? Rivera said. Should I bring him in? I nodded. Dominic entered in handcuffs, his designer clothes replaced by standard issue gray. Gone was the swaggering influencer persona. Sis, he started, you have to help me. I'll tell them everything about Mom and Dad, just please. Like you told everyone the truth about me on your live stream? He flinched. I was desperate, but I've learned my lesson. I'll pay you back. With what money? The fraud funds are frozen. The car's seized. Your apartment's being searched right now. But you're my sister. He tried for his old puppy dog eyes. They look pathetic now. Exactly. I was your sister when you stole my home, when you laughed about it online, when you threatened to destroy me. I'm sorry. No, I cut him off. You're sorry you got caught. My phone buzzed one final time. Alea again. Stories going viral. National networks picking it up. Family fraud ring exposed by vigilante sister is trending. I showed Dominic the headline. Looks like you're finally famous, brother. Just not the way you planned. He slumped in his chair as Rivera led him out. Through the window, I could still see my parents dealing with the media circus they'd created. We'll need you to testify, Rivera said. Federal prosecutors are involved now. I'll tell them everything, I said, watching my mother break down in tears for the cameras. Her performance was as fake as everything else. My phone lit up with a message from my apartment building's management. Sale reversal approved. Previous owner has right of first refusal. Would you like to reclaim your property? I smiled, thinking of my beautiful kitchen, my marble countertops, my home. Yes, I typed. I'm coming back. Outside, reporters were still shouting questions at my parents. How many families did you defraud? Was your son's social media success all fake? Did you really steal your daughter's inheritance? I walked past them, head held high. My mother called out, Yesenia, please. We're still family. I turned back one last time. No, Mom. Family doesn't do what you did, and I'm done pretending otherwise. The cameras followed me as I walked away, but I didn't care. I was going home. The federal courthouse buzzed with energy. News vans lined the street outside, and the gallery was packed with victims' families. I sat in the front row watching my parents and brother enter in matching orange jumpsuits. All rise, the bailiff called. Alea slid into the seat beside me, notebook ready. You okay? She whispered. I nodded, gripping the folder containing my testimony. The prosecutor stood. Your Honor, the evidence will show that the defendants orchestrated a sophisticated fraud scheme spanning multiple states, targeting families through emotional manipulation and false promises. My mother kept turning around, trying to catch my eye. I stared straight ahead. The prosecution calls Yesenia to the stand. Walking to the witness box felt like floating. I could feel everyone's eyes on me, the victims, the media, my family. Please state your relationship to the defendants. They're my parents and brother, I said clearly, and they stole everything I had. The prosecutor nodded. Tell us how it began. I recounted everything, the fake academy, the apartment sale, the hidden inheritance. With each detail, my mother's face crumpled further. My father's jaw clenched. Dominic couldn't meet my eyes. And this audio recording? The prosecutor played the file Vada had saved. You recognize these voices? Yes, that's my parents, laughing about tricking me into selling my apartment. The gallery murmured. Someone gasped when they heard my mother's line about milking me for everything. My parents' lawyer tried to paint me as bitter, jealous, vindictive. Isn't it true you were envious of your brother's success? What success? I countered. The fake followers, the forged documents, the stolen money? Objection, my parents' lawyer called. Overruled, the judge said. Continue. More victims testified. The car dealer, the other families. Each story followed the same pattern. Trust betrayed, lives destroyed. Then came the federal investigator, laying out the money trail. Millions funneled through shell companies, fake businesses, hidden accounts. And this trust agreement, he held up my grandfather's document, was concealed from the rightful heir for 15 years while the defendants spent the money on luxury items. My father finally cracked. We did it for the family, he shouted, to maintain our status. Order, the judge commanded. The prosecutor smiled. No further questions. During the recess, Alea showed me her phone. The story was everywhere. Family fraud trial reveals web of deception. Brother-sister battle exposes multi-million-dollar scam. Parents face decades in prison for defrauding daughter. They're offering a plea deal. Detective Rivera appeared beside us. Your brother's taking it. Full confession, testimony against your parents, reduced sentence. Back in session, Dominic took the stand. Gone was the cocky influencer persona. He looked small, defeated. Yes, he admitted. I knew the academy was fake. Yes, I helped create the forged documents. Yes, I spent my sister's money on the car and clothes. And the other victims? Mom and Dad picked them, said they were easy marks, people who trusted family. My mother started sobbing. My father stared at the floor. The judge's verdict was swift, guilty on all counts. Before sentencing, she said, would any of the defendants like to speak? My mother stood, tears streaming. Yesenia, mi amor, we did it because we love you. Mrs. Chavez, the judge cut in, address the court, not your daughter. My father declined to speak. Dominic tried one last time. Sis, I'm so sorry. I never meant enough, the judge said. The defendants have shown no real remorse, only regret at being caught. The sentence is as follows. My parents, 15 years each. Dominic, 5 years with his plea deal. Full restitution ordered to all victims, assets seized. Outside the courthouse, reporters swarmed. How does it feel to take down your own family? What's next for you? Any comments on the sentence? I faced the cameras. Family isn't about blood, it's about trust. And when that trust is broken, it's about justice. My phone buzzed. A message from my apartment building. Keys ready for pickup. Welcome home. Alea squeezed my arm. Need company? I shook my head. I need to do this alone. As I walked away, I heard my mother calling from the prison transport. Yesenia, please, we're still family. I didn't turn around. Family doesn't steal from family. Family doesn't lie and manipulate. Family doesn't destroy lives for status. I was done with their version of family. It was time to build my own. The key turned smoothly in my apartment's lock. Everything was exactly as I'd left it. The marble countertops, the carefully chosen artwork, the morning light streaming through floor-to-ceiling windows. But I was different. My phone buzzed. Alea sending a link. Fraud Family's Daughter launches support network for victims of financial abuse. I smiled, clicking the link to my new website. Dozens of comments already. Thank you for giving us courage to speak up. My sister did the same thing to me. How do I report suspected family fraud? A knock at the door. Vada stood there with a bottle of champagne. Thought we should properly celebrate your homecoming, she said. Plus, my sister wants to thank you. The restitution payment came through. Come in, I said. I'm just setting up my new home office. My spare bedroom had been transformed into a workspace. A whiteboard listed upcoming speaking engagements, Financial Abuse Prevention Summit, Family Fraud Recognition Workshop, Survivor Support Network launch. Look what just arrived, Isaiah called from the living room, carrying in boxes. First batch of your books, Blood Money, How I Exposed My Family's Fraud Empire and Survived. Perfect timing, Alea said, walking in. Good Morning America wants you on next week. Your story's inspiring people to investigate their own family scams. My phone rang. Detective Rivera. Thought you'd want to know, he said. Your brother's been writing to you from prison. Want me to forward the letters? No, I said firmly. He made his choice. Good call. By the way, 3 more families came forward after your testimony. We're building cases now. Another knock. Troy from the dealership. Sorry to interrupt, he said, but I had to deliver this personally. He handed me an envelope. It's all the victims from the car fraud. We started a support group thanks to you. I opened my laptop, checking the support network's form. New posts appeared every minute. Finally stood up to my manipulative sister. Reported my uncle's investment scam. Found proof of forged documents. Vada popped the champagne. To turning pain into purpose. And to chosen family, Alea added. My phone buzzed with a prison notification. My mother requesting a visit. Delete. Another notification. My father this time. Delete. A third. Dominic delete. You're not even tempted? Isaiah asked. They had their chance at family, I said. I'm building something better. The doorbell rang. Dinner delivery. But instead of food, there was a package. Inside, a handwritten note. Dear Yesenia, your grandfather would be proud. He always said you were the strong one. Here's what he wanted you to have. Inside was my grandfather's old journal documenting how he'd suspected my parents' schemes but couldn't prove it. The trust agreement had been his attempt to protect me. This is going in the next book, Alea said, reading over my shoulder. My phone lit up with messages from the support network. Starting legal proceedings tomorrow. Finally got my inheritance back. Teaching my kids about financial abuse warning signs. Veda raised her glass. To the woman who turned her nightmare into other people's salvation. I looked around my apartment, my home, my fortress, my fresh start, at the friends who had become family, at the evidence that pain could become purpose. To truth, I said, it always comes out. My phone buzzed one final time, a video going viral. Someone had interviewed my mother in prison. My daughter betrayed us, she cried, after everything we did for her. I turned it off, opened my laptop, started typing, Dear Support Network, today I'm home, not just in my apartment, but in my truth. Here's what I learned about surviving family fraud. Responses poured in immediately, people sharing stories, finding courage, building strength. This was my real inheritance, not money or property, but the power to help others break free. Ready for the network live stream? Alea asked, setting up her camera. I looked at my gathered friends, my chosen family, at the support forum filling with survivors, at my grandfather's journal, validating everything. Ready, I said, facing the camera. Let's help someone else find their way home. Behind me, through the window, the city sparkled. Somewhere out there, another family was plotting, another victim was suffering, another truth was waiting to emerge. But now they had somewhere to turn, someone to trust, a way forward. I smiled into the camera. Welcome to the Family Fraud Survivors Network. You're not alone anymore. The red light blinked on. Time to turn another ending into someone else's beginning.